Good morning, everyone. Let's talk about something raw, something real, what it means to feel powerless, limited, and unseen because of money or the lack of it. When a woman stands without financial resources, society tends to see her as incomplete, like she's missing a vital piece of herself. But let me tell you something profound. The absence of money doesn't define the value of a woman. It's her courage, her resilience, and her ability to find strength in the cracks that truly define her worth. Today, I want to paint a picture of a woman with no money, not to dwell on her limitations, but to illuminate her potential. She might be underestimated, even dismissed, but beneath the surface lies a wellspring of possibilities waiting to be unlocked up. When we think about power, society often paints it in bold, financial strokes, money in the bank, assets, influence, and status. Power is often equated with control, with having the ability to dictate your life and the lives of those around you. But here's the truth: real power is not something you can deposit, transfer, or spend. It's something you embody. It's a force that comes from within, not from the outside. For a woman with no money, the world may try to strip her of the idea that she holds any power at all. She might feel small, invisible, or voiceless. The weight of financial struggle can make you question your worth, can make you feel as though you have nothing to offer. But let me tell you, this power doesn't come from what's in your wallet. It comes from what's in your spirit. Power is the quiet determination to wake up each day and face life head on, even when the odds feel stacked against you. It's the decision to say, I will not let my circumstances define me. Power is finding strength in vulnerability, daring to dream when you feel like giving up, and choosing to show up for yourself every single day. Think of the women throughout history who started with nothing, no money, no resources, and no roadmap. They weren't handed power on a silver platter. They created it. They found their power in their voices, in their intellect, in their resilience. They refused to let their lack of financial means dictate the trajectory of their lives. Power is also about perspective. You have to see yourself as more than your struggles. You have to believe in your capacity to change, to learn, to adapt. That's where it begins. It's in your belief that you matter, that you are worthy, and that your life is valuable no matter what your financial situation might say. But redefining power requires courage. It requires stepping out of the narrative society imposes on you. It requires looking at yourself in the mirror and asking, what can I do with what I have right now? Maybe you don't have money, but you have ideas. Maybe you don't have assets, but you have relationships. Maybe you don't have connections, but you have creativity. Power is not waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great. It's deciding that greatness is already within you and then doing the work to bring it to life. So when you think about what power looks like, don't limit it to external markers of success. Think about the moments when you choose to get back up after falling, the times you stand firm in your values, and the times you dare to love yourself when the world makes it hard. That's power. You might not have everything you want right now, but what you do have is the ability to redefine your story. That ability, that power can change your life. When you live with limited resources, whether it's money, time, or opportunities, it's easy to slip into a mindset of scarcity. Scarcity whispers, there's not enough. It tells you that every setback is a permanent roadblock, that others have what you need, and that your success is always just out of reach. Scarcity feeds fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of never becoming more than what you are today. But here's the truth: scarcity is not about what you have, it's about how you think. It's a mindset, and like all mindsets, it can be unlearned. Abundance thinking, on the other hand, is revolutionary. It says, I have everything I need to take the next step, even if it's small. Abundance thinking isn't about denying the reality of your struggles. It's about choosing to focus on your possibilities instead of your limitations. It's about seeing the potential in what you do have rather than being paralyzed by what you lack. To make this shift, the first step is to challenge the lies that scarcity tells you. Scarcity says, I can't start a business because I don't have enough capital. Abundance counters, what skills, knowledge, or connections can I leverage to start small and grow? Scarcity says, I'll never have the life I want because the odds are stacked against me. Abundance says, the odds may be against me, but every step I take is a step closer to my goals. An abundance mindset invites you to see yourself as a creator, not just a consumer. When you're focused solely on what you don't have, you lose sight of what you can create. Maybe you don't have money to invest in your dreams right now, but you can invest time in learning, building relationships, and growing your skills. Abundance thinking isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about maximizing what's in your hands today. This shift also requires gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation of abundance. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see the value in what you already have: your health, your relationships, your ideas, your ability to learn and grow. Gratitude doesn't dismiss your struggles, it gives you the strength to face them with hope. Another important part of abundance thinking is learning to celebrate others' success. Scarcity makes us feel like someone else's win is our loss. But abundance knows that success is not a pie with limited slices. There's room for everyone to grow, and celebrating others' achievements doesn't diminish your own potential, it amplifies it. Here's a practical way to shift every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't because I don't have. Stop and reframe it. Ask yourself, what can I do with what I have right now? Write it down. Start small. Maybe it's reaching out to someone for advice, using free resources to learn a new skill, or taking one step toward a goal, even if it feels insignificant. Remember, abundance is a practice, not a destination. You don't wake up one day with a completely transformed mindset. You grow it over time, choice by choice. The more you practice abundance thinking, the more you'll begin to see opportunities where you once saw only obstacles. So even if you're starting with nothing, remind yourself, I already have more than enough to take the first step. Abundance isn't about having it all, it's about knowing you have enough to begin. No one rises alone. Life is not meant to be a solitary journey, and the people you surround yourself with, your tribe, will profoundly influence your ability to thrive. When you're a woman with no money or limited resources, your tribe becomes even more critical. These are the people who can either lift you higher or pull you deeper into despair. That's why you must choose wisely. Building your tribe isn't just about surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good. It's about creating a circle of trust, inspiration, and accountability. It's about finding people who see your potential even when you struggle to see it yourself. These are the ones who challenge you to dream bigger, work harder, and grow into the best version of yourself. Step 1, understand the value of your tribe. Your tribe is your foundation. They provide emotional support during tough times and celebrate with you during victories. But more importantly, they influence your mindset. If you're surrounded by people who only see limitations, you'll start to adopt that perspective. If your tribe is filled with those who believe in possibility, you'll begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Think about this. Have you ever felt discouraged after sharing a dream with someone who dismissed it? That's the impact of a toxic connection. Now imagine sharing that same dream with someone who lights up with excitement and says, yes, you can do it. That's the power of a supportive tribe. Step 2, identify the right people. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Look for people who align with your values, who inspire you, and who are willing to support your growth. These are the individuals who encourage you, they lift you up when you feel like giving up. Challenge you, they push you to think bigger, work smarter, and go further. Hold you accountable, they remind you of your goals and call you out when you stray from them. Model success, they live the kind of life or embody the kind of character you aspire to achieve. Be wary of relationships that drain your energy. If someone constantly criticizes, belittles, or discourages you, it may be time to reevaluate their place in your life. Remember, the goal isn't to shut people out, but to create a space where your growth is nurtured. Step 3, seek diverse perspectives. A strong tribe isn't an echo chamber. Diversity is essential. Surround yourself with people who have different experiences, backgrounds, and skills. This diversity will expose you to new ways of thinking and open doors you didn't even know existed. For example, maybe you connect with someone who's a financial expert, another who's a creative thinker, and yet another who excels at motivating others. Together, their perspectives can help you approach challenges from multiple angles, giving you a well-rounded support system. Step 4, build relationships with intention. Strong tribes don't form by accident. You have to be intentional about building meaningful relationships. Start by investing in others, listen to their stories, offer support, and be present. Relationships are a two-way street, and the energy you put into them will often come back to you. Don't be afraid to ask for help or advice, but also make sure you're offering value in return. Even if you feel like you have nothing to give, your time, encouragement, and gratitude can mean the world to someone else. Step 5, know when to let go. Not everyone is meant to stay in your tribe forever. As you grow, some relationships may no longer align with your goals or values. That's okay. Letting go of toxic or stagnant connections isn't selfish, it's necessary for your well-being. It can be painful to walk away from people who were once close to you, But remember, your growth matters. You deserve a tribe that supports and respects the person you're becoming, not just the person you were. Step 6, protect your tribe. Once you've built a strong tribe, protect it. Nurture those relationships and show gratitude for the people who stand by you. Don't take them for granted, and don't let outside negativity infiltrate your circle. Protecting your tribe also means being intentional about who you allow in. Your time and energy are precious. Invest them in people who truly matter. At the end of the day, your tribe is one of your greatest assets. They will stand with you in the storms and cheer for you in the sunshine. So choose your tribe with care, invest in them with love, and let them help you rise to heights you've only dreamed of. You don't have to do it alone. Find your people and let them remind you of just how powerful you truly are. Adversity is one of life's greatest paradoxes. It's the thing we try to avoid, the struggle we hope to escape, and yet it's also the crucible that shapes us into stronger, wiser, and more resilient versions of ourselves. If you're a woman with no money, adversity can feel like a relentless opponent, always pushing you down when you're trying to rise. But here's the truth: adversity is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of hardship holds within it a lesson. The question is not, why is this happening to me? But rather, what can I learn from this? When you shift your perspective and start to see adversity as an opportunity for growth, you unlock a powerful mindset that can carry you through even the toughest times. Step 1, reframe your relationship with adversity. The first step to using adversity as a teacher is to stop seeing it as a punishment. Challenges are not here to destroy you, they're here to refine you. Think of adversity as a mirror. It reflects back your strengths, your weaknesses, and the areas where you need to grow. When you're struggling, ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me about myself? What skills am I developing because of this challenge? How can I use this pain to propel me forward? Adversity teaches patience, perseverance, and problem solving. It forces you to dig deep and find strength you didn't know you had. And every time you overcome a challenge, you build confidence in your ability to face the next one. Step 2, embrace failure as part of the process. Failure is one of adversity's toughest lessons, but it's also one of the most valuable. When you fail, it can feel like the end of the road, but in reality, failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Some of the most successful people in history experienced significant failures before they achieved their goals. They didn't let those failures define them. They used them as opportunities to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? How can I apply this lesson moving forward? When you embrace failure as a natural part of the learning process, you take away its power to paralyze you. Instead of fearing failure, you begin to see it as an essential part of growth. Step 3, find strength in the struggle. Adversity often feels like a weight pressing down on you, but it's also what builds your inner strength. Think of it like a workout for your soul. Just as lifting heavy weights strengthens your muscles, facing challenges strengthens your character. The struggle teaches you resilience, the ability to keep going, even when things get tough. It teaches you resourcefulness, the ability to find solutions, even when resources are scarce. And it teaches you courage, the ability to face fear and uncertainty head on. Remind yourself that every moment of struggle is preparing you for something greater. It's like climbing a mountain. The ascent is hard, and there are moments when you want to give up. But when you reach the top, the view is worth every step. Step 4, recognize adversity as a source of innovation. Adversity pushes you to think outside the box. When resources are limited, you're forced to get creative. You find new ways to solve problems, new ways to approach challenges, and new ways to reach your goals. Some of the greatest innovations in history were born out of adversity. People facing incredible challenges had to adapt, to think differently, and to find solutions that no one had thought of before. Ask yourself, how can I approach this challenge from a new perspective? What resources do I have that I haven't tapped into yet? Who can I reach out to for guidance or support? Adversity teaches you to see possibilities where others see limitations. It forces you to expand your thinking and become more resourceful, which are skills that will serve you long after the struggle is over. Step 5, use your story to inspire others. One of adversity's most powerful lessons is that your struggles are not just for you. They are also for the people who will come after you, the ones who will look to your story and find hope, courage, and inspiration. When you use your experiences to uplift others, you transform your pain into purpose. You show others that it's possible to overcome, to rise, and to thrive even in the face of great difficulty. Sharing your story doesn't mean you have to have all the answers. It means being honest about your journey, your setbacks, and your victories. It means saying, I've been there and I know it's hard, but I also know it's possible to get through it. Adversity is not something you choose, but it is something you can use. When you embrace it as a teacher, you unlock its power to transform you. You learn to find strength in your struggles, to grow from your failures, and to inspire others with your resilience. Remember, adversity is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. It's where you learn who you truly are and what you're capable of. So when life gets hard, don't shy away from the challenges. Face them, learn from them, and let them make you stronger. In a world filled with societal expectations, comparison traps, and endless definitions of what success should look like, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unfulfilled. But true success isn't about meeting someone else's standards. It's about defining what matters most to you and building a life aligned with your values, purpose, and dreams. When you're a woman navigating life with limited resources, the pressure to meet external definitions of success can feel suffocating. But the truth is, you have the power to create your own definition, one that honors your journey, your strengths, and your aspirations. Step 1, challenge the traditional narrative. For generations, society has painted a picture of success, the big house, the prestigious career, the perfect family, and the financial wealth to match. While there's nothing wrong with these goals, they aren't the only markers of a fulfilling life. Ask yourself, Whose version of success am I chasing? Does this vision align with my personal values and desires? Sometimes we pursue goals that don't truly resonate with us because we've been told that's what we're supposed to do. But living someone else's dream will never bring you genuine fulfillment. It's time to question the narrative and reclaim your right to define success for yourself. Step 2, align success with your core values. True success is deeply personal. It starts with understanding your core values, the principles and priorities that guide your life. These might include family, creativity, freedom, community, health, or spiritual growth. Take a moment to reflect on what matters most to you. Write down your top 5 values and ask yourself how they show up in your daily life. Then, think about how your definition of success can reflect these values. For example, if freedom is a core value, success might mean having the flexibility to work on your own terms. If family is your priority, success might mean creating a loving and supportive home environment. If creativity fuels you, success could mean expressing yourself through art, writing, or innovation. By aligning your goals with your values, you create a definition of success that feels authentic and fulfilling. Step 3, redefine the metrics of achievement. In a society obsessed with numbers, salaries, followers, accolades, it's easy to equate success with measurable outcomes. But life is about more than checklists and milestones. It's about how you feel, how you grow, and how you contribute to the world around you. Instead of focusing solely on external achievements, consider these alternative metrics of success. Fulfillment: do your pursuits bring you joy and a sense of purpose? Growth: are you learning, evolving, and becoming a better version of yourself? Impact: are you making a positive difference in your life or in the lives of others? Peace: are you able to rest, reflect, and feel at ease with where you are? Success doesn't have to be flashy to be meaningful. Sometimes the quiet victories like overcoming fear, setting boundaries, or finding moments of peace are the most powerful. Step 4, embrace your unique journey. Comparison is the thief of joy, and nowhere is this truer than in the pursuit of success. It's easy to look at someone else's accomplishments and feel like you're falling short, but remember, their path is not your path. Your journey is unique, shaped by your experiences, challenges, and dreams. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and resist the urge to measure yourself against others. Ask yourself, what have I accomplished that I'm proud of, no matter how small? How have my struggles shaped me into a stronger, more resilient person? What is one step I can take today to move closer to my vision of success? When you honor your journey, you free yourself from the pressure to conform. You give yourself permission to pursue a life that feels meaningful and true to who you are. Step 5, redefine success as a dynamic process. Success isn't a final destination, it's a journey. Your goals and priorities will evolve over time, and that's okay. What matters is staying true to yourself and allowing your definition of success to grow with you. For example, what you value in your 20s might look very different from what you prioritize in your 40s. Success might mean climbing the career ladder at one stage of life and focusing on health or relationships at another. Embrace this fluidity. Check in with yourself regularly and ask, does my current definition of success still align with who I am? What changes do I need to make to feel more fulfilled? By treating success as a process rather than a fixed outcome, you give yourself the freedom to adapt and thrive in every season of life. Step 6, celebrate success in the everyday moments. Success doesn't have to be grand or extraordinary. Sometimes it's found in the simplest things. The courage to start something new. The resilience to keep going when things get tough. The joy of spending time with loved ones. The satisfaction of a day well lived. When you learn to recognize and celebrate these everyday wins, you cultivate a mindset of gratitude and abundance. You realize that success isn't something you chase, it's something you create, moment by moment. Defining success on your own terms is an act of courage. It's a declaration that your life is yours to live, not a script to follow. When you let go of societal expectations and embrace your unique vision, you unlock the freedom to build a life that feels truly fulfilling. So take a deep breath, look inward, and ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Then go out and create it on your terms, in your way, one step at a time. As we close this conversation, remember that the power to shape your life, your success, and your future is entirely in your hands. You are not bound by society's narrow definitions, nor are you limited by what others expect of you. Being a woman with no money doesn't make you less valuable. It gives you the freedom to define success in a way that is uniquely yours. You have the power to redefine what true strength and power look like. You have the ability to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. You can build a tribe that nourishes you, supports your growth, and uplifts you. You can use adversity as a teacher, learning from every challenge that comes your way, and most importantly, you have the capacity to define success on your own terms, based on your values, your experiences, and your deepest desires. Success is not a destination, it's a dynamic journey. It's about the everyday wins, the growth, the lessons, and the courage to keep going, even when things seem impossible. It's about honoring your story and embracing the fullness of who you are. So step forward with confidence, trust in the wisdom you've gained, and boldly create the life that aligns with your true vision. The road may not always be easy, but remember the strength you need is already within you. You are worthy, you are capable, and you are enough. Define success on your own terms and let nothing and no one stop you from living the life you deserve.